Do you wish you could compete more freely? In competition, do you keep checking your stance and your stroke and your technique? Do you never feel ready to compete because you have to practice some more and more and more? And do you overanalyze until you paralyze? Well, it could very well be that you are stuck in practice mindset and not in performance mindset when it's time to compete. Good news, because in this video I'm going to go over examples and solutions to take you to the next level.
This video is brought to you by Longoni Cues.
We're all in it for the same reasons. We all love to play pool. Could be that you're a total beginner working on your game, taking lessons, getting your technique up to par, or that you're a very experienced player playing tournaments left and right, sparring, maybe challenge matches, and you want to take your game to the next level. In sports, there are two mindsets. You have practice mindset, and then you have performance mindset. It kind of speaks for itself, but it's extremely powerful to realize this because especially in pool, there's a big trap, and that is to stay stuck in practice mindset. When we're in practice mindset, we're working on our game. This could be fine-tuning our technique, taking lessons, learning new systems, learning new shots, banking skills, working on your break, working on your draw shots, you name it, you're practicing your skills. You're analyzing what is going right, what is going wrong, what do you have to do. Maybe you're studying videos, you're gathering information to build these skills up and bring it to the next plateau. Performance mindset is something completely different. This is when we use all these skills and tools that we've gathered and mastered and put them to the test in competition. So in performance mindset, we want to test our skills. We want to run out. We want to execute our shots. We need to weigh off our options for shot selection, and we want to win matches or even tournaments. Can you see the difference between these two mindsets? One is extremely analytical, working on our game, and the other one is where we have to let go of it all and trust our skills and put them to the test. And there's the magic word for you that we will come back to later, trusting yourself. But first, yes, there is a time to work on your technique. If you're a beginner player and you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you're taking lessons on a weekly basis, every 2 weeks, every month. You're getting corrections in your stance, your stroke, you're fine-tuning the whole time, but you're probably not competing yet, and that might be a good thing for now. You're playing the game, you're enjoying it, you're learning new skills, testing them out, and your goal is to have fun. For those of you who are more intermediate to advanced players, and you're competing, there will come a time when your technique is just fine. When you can execute most shots, when you can draw the ball well, follow it good, your stroke is pretty straight, then there comes a time when you have to let go. This is when you enter a new phase in your technical journey, and this is, in my humble opinion, when you have to start fine-tuning instead of staying stuck in technical land. I do this myself also from time to time. When I feel my straight shots maybe are a little bit wiggly, I just set them up 5 to 10 minutes. I don't overanalyze. I just set up the shots, put in my best stroke, and let my body follow what it already knows how to do and just fine-tune and go off and running again. If you want to change something radically in your stroke and you're already a pretty well-established player, it's good to take a block of time for a few weeks, work on that specific thing. Maybe you want to put your feet in a different position, you're having back problems, you want to stand differently, you found out that your wrist or your hand is not in a correct way. Attack that in a certain period of time, a few weeks, could be 4 weeks, 6 weeks, because that's the time it takes to make a big change in your technique and make it go subconsciously competent again, where you don't have to think about it and it is good. This is when we're in practice mindset. We're working on this very intensively, but then after about 4 to 6 weeks, we want to make that mind shift and letting it go and going back to playing the game more freely, trusting this new skill, putting it to the test in a healthy way. Don't get stuck in it forever and ever looking at it, and then have more fun with it. You do not want to become the boxer who's standing there in the ring and he's looking at his gloves or at his feet, how he's positioned, and if he should do it in a different way. He's gonna get knocked out in 3 seconds because his mind is not on the task at hand, but he's thinking about all the technical stuff that he already practiced in the gym for thousands of hours. Now it's time to execute. You don't want to be the samurai that has to fight for his life and he's looking how he's holding his sword, if it's the correct way or if it should be angled differently. Chop, there goes his arm, fight's over, he's gone. You want to go from practice mindset to performance mindset. Also, for you more intermediate to advanced players, think about this one. I want to ask you a question and then pause the video. What's the best memories you have of your game? Think back and think of the best memories you have for your game. I'm not talking about winning one tournament. I'm talking about the best feeling you had about your game. When were you really on? When was everything clicking? Pause the video, think about that. Put it in the comments if you like. For me, you're probably thinking it's the World 9-Ball title, right? No, that was a total grind because I lost 2 World 8-Ball finals previously, so that was like a big monkey on my shoulder. I wanted to win that final so badly, otherwise I would lose 3 World Championship finals. So it was more a pressure thing than a free experience. I have bigger memories of other finals and matches. For example, semifinals, Whirlpool Masters versus Carl Boyes, the finals versus Shane, when everything was just clicking. Those are the memories at the end of your life when you're gonna think back. It's not gonna be a memory of you holding the cue right and making one good stroke. It's about the feeling of when everything's clicking, when you're playing subconscious pool, when you're on fire. You're putting all that practice to the test. All those skills come together. That's what you're playing this game for. So those are the memories and the experiences you want to chase. It's not about always chasing the perfect stroke. You're going to be stuck in practice mindset. We want to take you to performance mindset and give you more of these experiences. So I mentioned that magic word before, right? Trust. In the end, it all comes down to trusting yourself in competition. The Latin word confidere, confidence with trust, trusting yourself. That's where the word comes from. That's what's holding you back to going from practice mindset to performance mindset. You're thinking too much of how to do it. How should I hold my cue? How should I stand? How should I hit the ball? This is blocking your performance. It's putting the brakes on, and you will never feel that free experience and express yourself to the fullest. Could be that you're over precise. You want to deliver the cue so perfectly and straight that you start guiding your stroke and steering instead of letting it happen and trusting all the skills that you've practiced. Maybe you're too focused on how your technique looks at a table or in a tournament room. You want to have the best stroke. This is also very limiting, sign of perfectionism, and has to do a lot with your ego. You want to be too perfect to avoid mistakes and avoid the pain that you might feel when you make a mistake. This creates tension, makes your arm much more tight, and again, you're not free. And it could be that you're overanalyzing during competition. You're actually thinking and looking for things that you can improve during your match. This is not the time to look for things you want to improve. You want to set that all aside, stay in the moment, and focus on your next inning. These are all trust killers, but now let's have a look at 6 great solutions that you can use to overcome this hurdle, break free, and continue your adventure to playing better pool. The first one's pretty obvious. It's awareness. It's the #1 lesson from the Mental Edge for Competitive Pool Players course. I'll put a link here in the top if you're more interested. With you watching this video and wanting to work on your pool game, you're already aware of what you perhaps can fix in your game, and that puts you in a good mindset to make positive changes. It's super important that you can catch yourself in the act as fast as possible and make changes rapidly. So if you're sitting in a chair and thinking about a shot you can practice that you just missed, something to work on, that's a red flag and a sign you're going back to practice mindset. Snap out of it and bring yourself back to competitive performance mindset. Stay in the moment and continue your match. The second solution now is that you have to make a mind shift. You have to start thinking about mistakes as something you can learn from in competition instead of something painful that you have to avoid. You have to think of it this way. We need the mistakes that we make in competition to give us feedback for something we can work on in practice. Don't do it in the match, thinking about the shots, we just spoke about that, but take it after the match. Use the feedback loop from the mental edge course. What went well? What needs work? What can I do to fix it? Look at mistakes as opportunities to learn something, to practice something, to get even better than where you are now. Not as something to feel embarrassed about, ashamed about. In our society nowadays, we always see is the highlight reels, the best moment of all the athletes, of all the pool players. They shoot the drill in one inning. That is not how it works. You have to go through this grind and struggle to get to the next plateau. And that's the same for everybody. We have to make mistake after mistake to get better and improve. And sometimes you have to make the same mistake again and again for you to realize, hey, that's not working. I have to change something, learn from it, and develop. Solution number 3 is for your technique. Take these time blocks. First of all, if the engine isn't broke, don't try to fix it, but just fine tune it. Set up some straight shots, maybe some draw shots, some jacked up shots. Just fine tune your technique. Could be done in 5 to 10 minutes a day. If you want to change something drastically, flip things around, take that block of time, 4 to 6 weeks, work on it intensively, and then it's time to let it go again. On number 4, this one's also very critical in my humble opinion, sparring. This takes your practice. Maybe you're working on drills, your break. You want to test this in a sparring session, and that's going to make the transition to competing in tournaments, leagues, much easier because you're testing yourself in a competitive environment where you're playing sets. Could be a small challenge game also, but the thing is, if you're only playing solo all the time and then competing, it can be quite a big gap. So taking that sparring in the middle is a perfect transition to get you ready to compete. Number 5 is a big one also, because if you're always criticizing yourself and looking for mistakes in practice mindset, it's also very important to make a list of the things you are very good at. So after this video, write down a bunch of qualities that you have in your game that you're proud of. Read that list before you're going to compete, and that's going to put you in a good frame of mind to go out and compete in your matches. Could be that you're a great banker, that you have tremendous touch, that your patterns are very good. You're very proud of your break. You have tremendous fundamentals. You have a good attitude. Make a list of 10 to 20 things that you are proud of. Read those before the match and fire away. And finally, put together a couple of sentences of self-talk that you might need in the chair. When your mind is wandering off and going back to practice mindset, you want to bring it back and stay in the moment. So it could be that you've made a mistake and you tell yourself, yes, that was an error, but I'm going to stay right here in the moment, being ready for my next opportunity. Or another nice one, instead of carpe diem, seize the day, we say to ourselves, carpe punctum, seize the moment. Stay in the moment, be ready for the next shot. So there you go, pool players. I hope this is going to open your eyes, bring you from one side to the next in a better way. I really wanted to share this information with you. I hope it can be very beneficial for a lot of pool players. Also, don't forget, if you want me to study your game a little more, head over to my Patreon page. There's various subscriptions where I can do reviews for you, Zoom calls, Q&A sessions, you name it, check it out. Don't forget to check out all the other great content on the channel. There's tips and lessons, playlists left and right, and I will see you in the next lesson.